Hi, welcome back to Wallflowers. So today, as you can see, this is my Friday haul and I've saved an absolute fortune because I don't shop in supermarkets. I shop in food initiatives and discount stores. And the way I shop saves an absolute fortune. This week, I've absolutely saved well over £200. So everything you see here on the table, everything you see all the way around me is bought from food pantries, which are food initiatives, and discount stores. Wait while I show you the breakdown. You'll be absolutely amazed. So, as usual, I do the item I've bought, the price I've actually paid, and the cost it would have been in the supermarket. So let me start at the beginning. I have here some chicken goujons, they're M&S ones as well, and I've only actually paid 20 pence for those chicken goujons. They would have actually cost me £5, £4.80 saving, absolutely amazing. Next on the list we have some spoiled pig smoked streaky bacon. It doesn't look like real bacon, but it is. It's not vegan bacon, it's real bacon. It looks absolutely wonderful. I've paid 20 pence for that today, and that would have cost me £3.24, giving me a £3.04 saving. Next is 6 fish pates, the pollock. I've paid £2 for those. They would have cost me £3, so £1 saving. And here, this massive bag of thick cut chips, thick cut fries. I've paid just £1 for that today. That would have actually cost me £8.75, giving me a £7.75 saving on just that one bag of chips. Absolutely amazing. We have a Frey Bentos pie. Again, I've paid 20 pence for that. That would have cost me £3.10, saving me £2.90. I have a mac and cheese sauce for Oscar. I've paid 42 pence for that, and that would have cost me £2, which is a £1.58 saving. A nice portion of apples, 6 apples. I've paid just 20 pence. They would have cost me £1.89, giving me a £1.69 saving. Lovely green grapes, seedless. I've paid 20 pence for those again. They would have cost me £1.94, giving me a £1.74 saving. The strawberries, again, I paid 20 pence. They would have cost £2.27, giving me a £2.07 saving. The bananas, I paid just 20 pence. They would cost £1, giving me an 80 pence saving. I spotted this bag of garlic powder. I've paid just £22 for that. That would have cost me £4.12, giving me a £2.12 saving. And I've just spotted that just in time. I opened a little pot of garlic that was sitting in the pantry, but the moisture had gotten to it. So unfortunately, I had to throw that away. I didn't know how to salvage it. So I've got that new package now to replace it, which is perfect. I've got 2 lots of 2 small baby bells. I've paid just 20 pence for them. They would have cost me £2.40, giving me a £2.20 saving. I've got 6 free range eggs. I've paid £1.68. They would have cost me £2.40, giving me a £1.72 saving. Amazing. Some sour cream. I've paid 20 pence, would have been £1.89, giving me a £1.69 saving. Topped up the condiments. So I've got a brown sauce. I paid 42 pence for that. Would have cost me 99, so a 57 pence saving. And this looks interesting. So it's a ketchup, but it's smoky bacon flavour. I'm sure Oscar will go to town on that. I've paid 42 pence. It would have cost £3.50, giving me a £2.98 saving. Amazing. Now, I got Oscar this box last week, and he's gone through it all. He said he absolutely loved it. He loves the cinnamon flavours. So I paid 40 pence for this box today. It would have cost me £2.75, so it gives me a £2.35 saving, and he thanked me for it. So What's better than that when your family is happy with what you've picked up? I got 2 large boxes of Weetabix and there's 36 in each box. So I've paid £1.50 for the 2 of them. Would have cost £4. So it's a £2.50 savings. Amazing. Pack a tuck for Mr. Wallflowers to go with his hummus for his work lunch. I've paid 42 pence, would have cost 85, so a 43 pence saving. A small jar of chicken and a ham paste. I've paid 20 pence for that, would have cost 72, so a 52 pence saving. I've got 2 of the juices for Oscar. I've paid 60 pence a bottle, so that's £1.20. Would have cost me £3.50, so it's a £2.30 saving just on the dilute juice. Large bottle of pink 7-Up. I've paid 42 pence for that. Would have cost £2.05, so £1.63 saving. Amazing. And a freebie. There were some cans of Coke on the side, so I picked that up. I say it was free to me. Would have cost 75 pence to buy, and Oscar's quite happy it's there. A little bundle of spinach. That was absolutely free. Would have cost 50 pence. And 4 parsnips on the free table again, but they would have cost me 60 pence. So I'll just pick through. If there's any wilted, they'll go. Any soft parts on there, they'll go, but I'll still get a meal from them. This lovely little package of pink rock salt, just 50 pence. Now that would have cost me £3.81 in the shop, which is just a £3.31 saving. Wonderful. And as you know, if you use pink salt, that whole package will last me quite some time. A 6-pack of Golden Wonder crisps, steak flavour. I've paid 50 pence for the whole bag. Would have cost me £1.35, so an 85 pence saving. A 4-pinter of milk. I've paid, a box of milk tray. I've paid £2 for that box today. It would have actually cost me £7, so a £5 saving. So they're mine. I've claimed them and they're mine. For the boys, they can have the sherbet laces, yummies. I paid £3 for that today. Would have cost £4 in the supermarket, so a £1 saving. I got 4 bars of these hazelnut Aero chocolate bars. I've paid 50 pence a bar, which is £2. Now they would have actually cost me £7.92 to buy them individually in the supermarket. So it's a £5.92 saving. Now to the milk. So for a 4-pinter of milk, I paid £1.26. Would have actually cost me £1.65. So it's a 39 pence saving. Did I? Compost bags. Oh yeah, I've paid 50 pence for 2 lots of the compost bags. They would have actually cost me £4, so it's a £3.50 saving on those alone. Over here, I got a really large bag of baby salad leaves, 400 grams. I paid just 20 pence. Would have cost £4, so a £3.80 saving. And again, a bag of mixed salads. I've paid 20 pence. Would have cost £2.15, which is a 95 pence saving. Really happy with that. I just got 6 potatoes, 1.6 kilo. I paid 20 pence for them again. Would have been £1.85, so £1.65 saving. 2 packs of 8 cans of Sprite. These are for Oscar. Got 2 packs, so they're £1.50 a pack. I've paid £3 for the 2 of them. Would have cost me £6.50 in the supermarket, so a £3.50 saving. A small tin loaf, absolutely free, which will be beautiful toasted. I got that for 20 pence. It would have cost £1.20, so a £1 saving. I got a 1 kilo box of misshaped jammy biscuits. I've paid just £1 for that. Would have cost me £5.99, which is £4.99 saving. I got 18 bottles of this. Let me just put it there so you can get a better view. 18 bottles of the deluxe ketchup, and they were absolutely free. One of the discount stores that we visited today are closing their doors, and a lot of the things they were selling today were completely half price. So of course we went to see what we could use, and there were tray after tray after tray of these free bottles of ketchup. We were encouraged to help ourselves, so I took basically half a tray, and I thought, yeah, they will be absolutely perfect. They will store for quite a while with them being ketchup. There's no date on them, and I'm really happy with them. So I took 18 bottles. They would have actually cost me £23.22 to buy. Blown away. Next is 8 croissants. I got those absolutely free. Oh, they're them. I got those absolutely free. They would have cost me £4.50. I got 4 choc chip bakery items, absolutely free. They would have cost me £2.40. I got 4 cheese twists. Are they in this one? 4 cheese twists in this one, absolutely free. They would have cost me £4.80. I got 3 small cakes. So they're kind of like, has Oscar taken them? Oh, Oscar might have taken them. So they were kind of like blondies. I got them absolutely free, and they were £1. They would have cost £1.50. In this one, I got 4 jam donuts. They would have cost £1.50, and I also got 4 chocolate donuts that would have cost £1.50. That's everything on there. I got 2 small pizzas, absolutely free. They would have cost me £2. So quite happy. We'll leave some out in the cupboard, and the rest will go in the freezer and be brought out. Also got a nice Warburton's loaf. I've paid 20p for that. Would have cost £1.40. Also got a Hovis loaf, absolutely free. Would have cost me £1.39. Now all of the plants I'm about to show you now are totally looking worse for wear, but I know I can improve them. So these lavender plants, people just walk past and totally ignore them. I'll give them a haircut and water them and plant them up. They're a perennial plant, and I'll have them year after year. They just need a bit of love and attention. So there were 6 of those on the free table. They would have actually cost me £3. I'm putting the clearance price section price on them, so I've just allocated 50p per plant. They look absolutely awful, but they will pick up. There's plenty of green there and plenty of life in them. Also, there's 2 poppy plants. I'm the same. They look terrible. People are not interested, but there's plenty of sign of life there. They're perennial, and they will come back year after year. Lovely red poppies. Got them free. I've allocated £1.50 each for them. In this one, so this is a strawberry plant. Still, all of them are really bad condition, but they've all got good sign of life that will improve. Got them for free. That would have cost me £1. 9 begonias. So as we can see, there's begonias here. I I've paid £5 for this deal that I'm about to show you now. So I've allocated for each section. So I've paid £1 for the begonias for 9 of them, but they would have actually cost me £3 to buy. 9 pansies, again, they'll all pick up and they'll all be okay once they're cared for. I've paid £1 for 9 of them, would have cost me £3, saving £2. I got 27 Sweet Williams, as you can see. There's plenty of life in them. They will come back. I've paid £1, would have cost me £9. I got 18 Snapdragons. Now, some of these might have gone completely, but a lot of them, they will pick up once they've had a drink. I paid £1, would have cost me £3. And then, last but not least, a 6 tray of sweet peas. I've paid £1 for those, would have cost £1.50, so 50p saving. As you can see underneath, I got 12 tubs of coffee mate. They've honoured the deal that I originally struck up with the manager, so I've been paying £13 for 6 coffee mates, and he is honouring it for me to continue to buy them that way. So I will continue to stock up whilst that price is available. So I got 12 today. I've paid £26. Would have cost me £48 in the supermarket, so saving me £22. Really happy about that. And this bulk buy deal in one of the food initiatives today, it was 41 tins of, these are Heinz baked beans but with no labels on. I've paid £3 for that tray today. Had I bought those in the supermarket, they would have cost me £61.50, because we know Heinz baked beans are really expensive at the moment. So everything you can see on the island, everything you can see all behind me and around the whole of the kitchen, I've spent a total of £62.64. Yes, I've spent extra, but the bargains kept coming and they were there, and it'd be rude to leave them there. The shop price, the value would have been £294.24. Wow. Which gives me an amazing, massive saving of £231.60. Wow. Let that sink in. £231.60. You know, I've had well over 4 times the value of what I've spent. And I'm absolutely thrilled with everything. We've got a few meats, a few fruits, treats, some vegetables, stock and fillers. The condiments are all sorted, plenty of drinks for Oscar. My coffee mate is now above and beyond the 12 years supply. Beans are above and beyond our 12 years supply now. Oh, 12 months supply, sorry, 12 months. The plants that I can give a bit of tender love and care to, saved me a fortune in the garden this year. The bread products are coming out of our ears. Plenty of salads and that for the coming week. I'm absolutely, I can't even get the words out. That's how happy I am with it. But yeah, would you pick up plants in this condition and doctor them? I know a lot of people won't. A lot of people just put their nose up and walk by. I'm so thrilled to save the money on those plants alone. So yeah. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoy the way I do this. I'll never go to the supermarket again to do my weekly shop. There's just no need for me to do it. Take care. Thanks for coming. Remember you're loved. And please know the world is a better place with you in it. Bye, love.